Yes. Dear friend, welcome back to the channel. A very good afternoon to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, especially you Chelsea fans. Tonight, it is Chelsea's game against Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, at the bridge, our first game, our first pre-season game after the Club World Cup. What are your expectations? Are we ready for the new season? We have only 2 games. After tonight, in the next 24 hours, we'll be taking on again another club, another European club, AC Milan, on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, how prepared are we? And then next week, Saturday, Sunday, the league is kick-starting. So after the games tonight and Sunday, it will be expected that Chelsea will be fully prepared, fully ready to hit the ground running for in next season. Ladies, our first game next season is against Crystal Palace. I guess you know that. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. But hey, guys, next season is going to be our season. I'm full of confidence. Now, let's get started on this note. Before I go to the preview, let me say this. Some news coming up. And on Javi Simon. Yes. What is it? A news coming up on Javi Simons. Let me see if I can get quickly. Javi Simons has joined the Leipzig squad and is expected to play in their friendly tomorrow. Javi Simons has joined the Leipzig squad in training and he is expected to play in their friendly, pre-season friendly tomorrow. And hearing this and reading this, many Chelsea fans are beginning to feel uneasy about this whole thing. Many are saying the deal has been called off, that the deal is not going to come on. But you see, let me tell you guys something. Javi Simons to Chelsea, I don't see it as a deal called off. Rather, you see, not every player would like to sit down and be waiting for so long. They want to be active. I see this as Javi Simons, a player that wants to be active and playing to match fit. Otherwise, coming to Chelsea will delay him in first team football. That is the way I see it. I want to be positive, as always. I see Javi Simons as a player who really wants to be ready for match fit before coming to Chelsea. That is the reason why he has decided to join the RB Leipzig team back in training and to feature possibly in their friendly. So I don't want any Chelsea fan to be worried about it. I don't. It is true that no deal yet, and the deal is not called off. Talks with Chelsea are advanced, far advanced, with personal terms largely agreed. But no official offer yet from Chelsea. Let's take note of that. No official offer yet from Chelsea for Javi Simeone. Yeah. Leipzig won 70 million euro plus. And him joining the squad for their friendly, for me, is a normal routine. I mean, all the delays that are coming up. And the player really want a Premier League move. It's as simple as that. So now let's move on. Before, I want to go quickly to the preview. Now, before then, let me say this. You see, why the delay? Chelsea delayed so far. I think there are 2 things involved. There are 2 things involved in this Chelsea delay. One, Chelsea want to sell either Christopher Nkunku or Jackson before they finalize the deal with Leipzig for Javi Simons. Chelsea want to make a sale of either Christopher Nkunku or Nicola Jackson, one of the 2. Not both, one. If Chelsea is able to succeed in getting rid of one of these players, they will now bid for Simon. Then Leipzig will be expected also to bid for Elliott from Liverpool. This is a game at play right now. Then Leipzig will accept Simon's bid from Chelsea. If Chelsea bid for Simon, Leipzig will bid for Elliott. Then Leipzig will accept Simon's bid. Then we can now sign Simon. And they will now get Elliott. This is the game at play right now. So both sides are being tactical. And why Chelsea is doing this, ladies and gentlemen, most of us have forgotten that Chelsea had to sell some of the players that were used in a conference league, registered for conference league. Some of the players that were used in a conference league, Chelsea had to sell in order to be able to register new players for Europe. I don't know whether you get me. Chelsea must sell some of the conference league players. They were registered as Europe. They participated in European competition. So Chelsea must sell some of them before they can register new players for Europe this season. If they don't sell any of the conference league players, that means that they cannot register new players for Champions League. We sold Madueke, yes. Who else that participated in the conference league that we sold? According to UEFA, there must be sales from that list. Not just a sales from that list in order to replace, because there's a quota. So if Chelsea succeeded in selling Christopher Nkunku, then they can now buy Javi Simon and register him in Europe. But if they are unable to sell, or if they are unable to sell Jackson, then they will not be able to, because if they buy Javi Simon, and they are not able to register him in Europe, the player might not be happy about it. So Chelsea must sell players that were registered last season for European competition in order to replace them with fresh players. That is the second aspect of the whole issue. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's go to the preview. Chelsea versus who? Bayern Leverkusen tonight. 6 p.m. if you're in Africa. It's 6 p.m. if you're in UK. That'll be I think 7 p.m. 7 p.m. in UK. But in Ghana, 6 p.m. In Nigeria, Ghana, 6 p.m. But in London, it should be, because of the time change. UK, they can reverse their time. Now it's 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen. But here in Southeast Asia, that will be 2 a.m. That means that I don't have any sleep tonight. It is what it is. It's 2 a.m. here in Southeast Asia, guys. And Sunday's game, could you believe that? Sunday's game, that will be 10 p.m. here in Southeast Asia for us. That means that the game is not even up. We'll finish the game tomorrow, and in less than 24 hours, we'll be watching the game, Chelsea-Milan game. But then, Chelsea by Leverkusen, head-to-head, recent form, the last 5 games, Chelsea won their last 5 games. Chelsea won their last 5 games. Recent form, won 5, played 5, won 5. Bayern Leverkusen, last 5 games, played 5, drew 1, lost 1, and won 3. They won their last 3 games. So there is a momentum. There is a momentum in that team right now. Their last 3 games, they won it. They drew 1, then the second game was a loss, 3rd game they won, 4th game they won, 5th game they won. So they won their last 3 games. But Chelsea, on the other hand, won all our last 5 games. That is the momentum Chelsea are coming in with this game. Now, let me say this. Chelsea right now, we are the world champions. And we are playing our penultimate pre-season friendly. That is our first pre-season friendly tonight against Bayern Leverkusen at the Bridge. We are the hosts. The Blues, last game was against PSG in the Club World Cup finals, of which we won 3-0 on August 5th. Hey, was it on August 5th? No. In July, right? Great. 13th July, precisely. 13th July, if my memory serves me right. Whilst Bayer Leverkusen, they played their last game on 5th of August, just 2 days ago. And they beat Pisa 3-0. Their last game they played just 2 days ago, and they beat Pisa 3-0. 3-0. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, Chelsea's performance against PSG in that final will actually provide Enzo Maresca the needed confidence ahead of the 2025-2026 season. Not just Maresca, but the entire squad. Considering many that saw the Champions League winners, humiliated in the first half of that game. Chelsea netted 3 goals on Anzed in that first half, in the first 45 minutes. It was a performance that no one really expected. But there are fears among supporters that the Club World Cup actually could negatively impact Chelsea's upcoming campaign, given Maresca's players haven't spent more time in action than their domestic rivals. Maresca's haven't spent more time in action preparing for the preseason compared to our domestic rivals, especially the top 4, top 5 teams: Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. Maybe you can add Newcastle. Last season, remember, Nottingham Forest gave us a big run for our money. You see, Chelsea finished in the Premier League last term with 69 points. 6 more than the 2023-2024 season. And they only total 5 points fewer than second place Arsenal. Having scored 64 goals and conceded 43, we ended the campaign as the top flight joint 7th best offensive and 3rd best defensive side. Get it from me. Chelsea ended the campaign as the top flight joint 7th best defensive and 3rd best, 7th best offensive, 7th best offensive and 3rd best defensive side, with Champions League or champions Liverpool conceding just 2 times fewer than Chelsea. Chelsea's record in the closing month of 2024-2025 was outstanding, considering they entered Friday's game or tonight's game, having won 14 of their last 16. Unprecedented. We won 14 of our last 16 games, suffering to defeat in that period. 1 against Newcastle and 1 against Fluminense, is it? In the Conference League. Right? Flamengo. Is it Flamengo or Fluminense? Okay. A win against Leverkusen tonight will extend Chelsea's winning streak at Stamford Bridge to 5 matches, and it will be their 11th victory in 13 home outings. 11th victory in 13 home outings. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the record Chelsea are going in with in tonight's game. I'm not expecting much. A draw, I'll be okay with that in tonight's game. And therefore, my prediction, my scoreline, let me just hold it to my chest. Let me be very frank with you. All I need in tonight's game is good performance and a draw. The lineup, it is unpredictable at this stage. So I'll not even predict the lineup. But hey guys, I'll be right here after the game for my post-match reaction. I'll see you guys all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.